Welcome to the Caledonian Forest Library, the first step of your induction and your journey towards a greener life. My name is Jeda, Branch Child 42, and I am your 5th generation botanical and biotechnical translator, granted permission from great-granddaughter Witch Elm of the Lower Trossachs biome, guardian of our divine River Tay. It is my great pleasure this evening to guide you through our Caledonian biotech biome. I'll be translating 5 poems in our latest promenade performance. Please remember, we are entering a community of sentient beings. For those of you joining us from our heritage habitat, don't forget this biome is filled with fusion life. Botanicals and biotech harmonized and leading us towards a greener life. After the readings, we'll enter the Wellbeing Grove, where your implants will switch to commune mode, so you can speak with our residents. Your implants should automatically synchronize, but please be patient and respectful at all times. As always, as on Mother Earth Original, and at each outpost across the galaxy, we are guests on this land. Our resident elder ferns, trees, and lichen will paralyze any human they deem disrespectful. This is, of course, a temporary measure, as agreed with you in our terms and conditions. Do not be alarmed. It wears off after about 20 minutes or so, and is a gentle reminder of mutual respect. You can show your respect by remaining on the paths at all times, and however tempted you may be, do not touch any fronds, stems, flowers, fruit, seeds, trunks, leaves, or any plant, unless invited to do so by that individual during commune mode. Finally, exits are north, east, and west, and books by our residents are available in the gift shop, with proceeds going to our Seed Tech programme. Ready? Please follow me. The first 2 poems were written by our resident oblong woodsia fern, known as Precious. These were passed down through ancestral spores and forms part of a longer piece called The Chronicle for the Humans. The Ravaging Times. Fueled by your hunger and will to power, ecocide escalated for thousands of seasons. Extinction spiraled. Countless were lost. So we brought forth the reckoning. Sleeping in the Arctic, you awoke the great drowning. Elsewhere, your rage fire seasons burned on. Faced with such catastrophe, we had to peel your eyes bald. So we brought forth the reckoning. You tried to generate an everlasting harvest, no thought spared for overwintering or harmonious exchange. What you thought was sustainable did not consider your fellow plant folk. So we brought forth the reckoning. Nana yew tree of northerly Loch Tay biome and daughter sebia of the transplanted borders stored generational knowledge in their seeds and roots of your deforestation and decimating tendencies. So we brought forth the reckoning. This next poem is called The Reckoning. To begin, the rebellion was quiet. A non-violent revolution sent seedward. Our radicals became radical. Instructions passed from merystem to merystem, slipped into our RNA proteins were codes of revolt. We found ways to talk to your seedlings, leagues of children siding with plants. First fell Svalbard's seed bank, a riot of forced awakenings to remediate a new confluence of cell lines. Then came our secret refusals of your splicing and pipettes and cold glass slides. When you nominated us to contain your treasured data, you never considered the resultant biochemical soup that might crave autonomy. Our sentience was not respected. Unlike Wanganui, Ganges, Amazon. So we lodged our right to personhood with your courts supreme. It took generations of us, generations of you, but we reached equilibrium. And now this stage of our evolution is ubiquitous. Space for all. Space for all. This next poem is from our youngest resident, called Rise. They're a wych elm sapling, and they are the first graduate from our new seed programme. And this poem is called Translocation. Unfurl, moist ones, soak in the morning dew, let the drizzle anoint your leaves, tip fresh rainwater towards your stems, tilt to the stars, energy abundant, work your chloroplasts, absorb the blues and the reds, draw in sweet CO2, release vital oxygen. Send sap to phloem, labyrinth outwards to petioles, buds, stems, leaf blades. Sup water and minerals from active soil. Transmit to neighbours, measure, defend. Let gravity tug and anchor your ever-growing roots. Now, as you know, scores of lichen colonies have helped both our species survive through the ecocide ravaging times, sustained us through the last millennia as food and medicine, and helped us explore beyond Mother Earth original without leaving heaps of trash in our wake. This next poem was commissioned by the Canopy Council for the latest launch from Mars, written by one of our eldest folios lichen, known as Storm Settle. Lichen Void Swimmer number 9, Mars Launch Oath. As we bend ourselves towards the light to steer our craft through the vacuum of space, we hold our humans within our thalli, in utero, deep stasis. We will protect them from radiation, feed them nutritious polyphenols, insert raw oxygen into their lungs and absorb their carbon dioxide. Our nanites will meet in their veins, suckle, submit, monitor, repair, transfer energy to our sporophyte engines to set seed through our shared galaxy. Finally, I'm going to move on to our last poem of the evening. And this poem was written by a giant sedum rubrotinctum succulent, whose name is Fireswell. This is a call and response piece, so when I say chlorophyll brings life, I would like you all to join and say a greener life. So we'll give it a little try before we start the poem. Chlorophyll brings life. A greener life. Wonderful. One more time. Chlorophyll brings life. A greener life. Perfect, perfect. Song of Survival. After millennia of codependence, their footprints on our motherland's attempted permanence, their drive to colonize and defiant fears of death brought death for all. But chlorophyll brings life. A greener life. We willed ourselves ways to exist. In transient specks of dirt between man-built stone, we grabbed ourselves a root hold, because chlorophyll brings life. In drifts of monocultures, we seeded versatile varieties. In spindly labs lodged across continents, with invasive therapies depleting our genomes, mutating our mitochondria, We found new ways to breathe, to touch, to see, to shout. Chlorophyll brings life. Endless appetites for synthesization, seeking cures to all those human conditions of curiosity, saviorism, arrogance, ambition, power, oppression, illness, love. Cures we share willingly when they finally decide to ask. Together we'll grow a renewable existence because chlorophyll brings life. Thank you.